Hello everybody, welcome to Empty Reactions, the lost leader of this YouTube channel where I do reactions to literally anything in order to get views to this damn channel. My name is Eladio Polanco, and for this specific Empty Reaction, I'm going to be reacting to the latest trailer, the new trailer, just titled New Trailer for Marvel Studios' Black Widow. That's right, the Black Widow movie that has been delayed over and over again. We all thought it was actually going to come out in May, and Disney say psych. Not only are they moving it 2 months later to May something, or I'm sorry, to July 9th, I believe is the new release date, but also they're simultaneously releasing it in Disney Plus with the Premiere Access $30 fee, which, you know, if you ask me, which way would I rather see a movie in the movie theaters for like $20, maybe $30 total, and actually go and have an experience versus like paying $30 to see it at home, I think I'll choose theaters. But regardless, now those two options are there for anybody who may choose to, you know, somebody who may not want to leave home. That option's there for them. But yeah, finally, I think we have a solid release date for Marvel Studios' Black Widow. Disney had no idea what the fuck to do with this movie. When to put it out, put it here, put it there. Is the theaters gonna get back in time? You know what I mean? Like all this shit. That Godzilla vs. King Kong kind of pretty much proved, you know, that you can release a movie in theaters and people are gonna watch it. But maybe Disney was just like, nah, we gotta make some numbers. If we're putting this shit out in theaters, this gotta make numbers. You know what I mean? They're you know, Disney Mr. Numbers. So maybe that's why it took them so long to decide, and maybe that's why they came to the conclusion they came to. But regardless, I'm excited to see this new trailer. Black Widow, one of those characters that has deserved her own movie for a long time, and maybe it's at this point that maybe it's too long. You know what I mean? It's almost like the sequel to Dumb and Dumber. It's like, all right, people wanted to see it like 20 years ago, but not now. Hopefully, people still do want to see it, and I'm hopeful that Marvel can make a good movie out of a Black Widow centric story. So that's enough talking. I've been talking way too much. I'm excited to check out this trailer. So without further ado, here's my empty reaction to Marvel Studios' Black Widow, the new trailer.
You don't know everything about me.
No, we don't. We don't know shit about
I've lived a lot of lives.
Natasha? We don't know shit.
Before I was an Avenger.
Okay.
Before I got this family.
Oh, I see them playing up the Avengers angle. That's smart.
Choosing between what the world wants you to be.
Very smart. Before I died. Oh, that's interesting that they're showing her dying. That's a good marketing tactic. I like that.
We have to go back to where it all started.
Whoa.
Where did you think I was all this time?
We have unfinished
Sisters
business.
reunite. World. Her world.
My girls are the toughest girls in the world.
So he's a dad? I didn't know that was a dad. What are her
sorry.
secrets?
We had our orders and we played our roles.
It wasn't real.
Okay, we're getting to see a lot here.
It was real to me. To me, you were everything.
Damn.
Bring her home.
Bring her home. Okay.
C'est pas ça. She's such a mom.
Damn. The fuck? Oh, nice transition. I like that. Whoa.
One thing's for sure. I'm done running from my past.
But this looks crazy. Hey, yo, I'm getting fucking goosebumps. Yo, that's crazy that they did the Avengers theme. Wow. What a fucking trailer. Wow, that's for sure the best trailer they've done for this movie, the best piece of marketing they've done for this movie. They did a lot of things that are interesting and actually are fun. Let's start with the fact that, you know, they're playing up the fact that she's obviously in the Avengers, and they're piggybacking off the fact that a lot of people thought, wait, there's a Black Widow movie? I thought she died, right? Like, that's what everybody who saw Avengers Endgame, right? They see that movie, and then they hear the news there's a Black Widow movie coming. What the fuck are you talking about? Right? Like, that's like the typical thing. And I think this piece of marketing, this trailer, definitely went ways as to solve that issue with the average consumer, and they showed her, right, obviously in the Avengers. So if you've seen any fucking Marvel Avengers movie, which is a lot of people, I mean, it made $3 billion, right? Like Endgame made $3 billion. So if you were one of the many people who saw that movie, you are going to see this trailer and be like, oh, yes, obviously I know who Black Widow is. I see her with everybody, kind of nostalgic. Oh, I love those movies. That's cool that we get to see her again. I remember her. And then the important part of this trailer, they show her about to die right before you died. And you're like, oh, yeah, that's right. She did die in this movie. What the fuck is this movie about? I forgot that she died, right? And you see her about to die and then fade to white. And it's like, yeah, I don't know all my secrets with the voiceover. And then you're just like, or you don't know my childhood. You don't know what the fuck happened. What was my life before I joined the Avengers? And then the average consumer is like, oh, okay, this movie's going to be about like her origin story. It's like, what? Who was Black Widow beforehand? That first part of the trailer, that first part is brilliantly executed. I love that they did that to get the average consumer in. And then just the structure of the trailer they're on forward is the best of any trailer I've seen for this movie, because I feel like it definitely made me invested into what this movie could be, right? With the past trailers that I've had or that we've seen, it's just like, okay, it's her origin story, and we're seeing all these characters, like apparently, you know, her dad and her sister and the bad guy. It's like they're all there, and the action looked cool, but then I'm like, okay, it's just like, yeah, you get the sense it's just like, this is going to be just a bottom of the barrel, like Marvel movie. You know what I mean? Like, that's the feeling that I got, at least with the first couple of trailers that are released. Well, with that trailer, there's actually cool story beats in there that you're like, oh, they are going to focus on story, right? The fact that we're seeing her as a very young girl, I think that's the key difference here that we didn't really get in the past trailers. I think adding Black Widow as a little girl like automatically makes us empathetic towards her story. I think that's why I'm saying this is such a great trailer and such a great marketing tactic. Is like me just seeing that little girl with the colored hair and then showing her with the characters that we are seeing now in regards to her as a kid. I don't know if that's only me, but I think it definitely engrossed me, and I was just like, oh, so these people, you know, obviously they're from when she was a kid, and now you want to see, okay, how the fuck, you know, what happened to her? What happened to that little girl? You're like, it's almost like introducing a new character. It's like, oh, we're introducing this new little girl to all of you, and you're like, who is this little girl? And it's Black Widow, obviously, but you're just like, I want to learn more about this little girl and what she went through, right? And that involved having a sister and having fucking Rachel. Fuck, what the fuck is it? Rachel? I forget. You know, I forget what the name is, but not the girl from Midsommar. That's her sister. But whoever the fuck the other girl was, right? You're like, who's dad? And then you see for me, it was the first time realizing that that's her dad, the guy from Stranger Things. That's the first time me realizing that's a dad. And then, you know, you see the villain, and the villain seems kind of cool. And obviously the villain plays a bigger role into, you know, all the Avengers ties that it's trying to convey to the audience. See the motherfucker with the arch, you know, being an archer, with the shield, with the Black Panther claws. You're just like, okay, those are all Marvel iconography, right? That if you've seen Endgame, you would recognize. So even the villain makes sense the way they portrayed it in this trailer. And then finally, all of that gets you ready to see the action in almost like a different light, at least for me. Now seeing the action, it was like a lot of those set pieces I had already seen, but with the way they did this trailer, you're just like, now you're actually engrossed, as I said, because they introduced the little girl that is going to become Black Widow. And so now you're more engrossed, and then you see, oh, the action in this looks fucking crazy. And maybe again, I don't know if it's because of the altered perspective based on how they structured this trailer, or if they showed action that was better than I had seen before. But I'm looking at the action now, and I'm like, damn, this shit looks crazy. This looks like a fucking awesome action movie. Oh my God, that's awesome. Like, it looks crazy, like with the explosions and the shit falling, and just like all the handheld scenes, not handheld, but like the close proximity fighting. I know there's a word for that, like hand-to-hand combat, I think is the name. So you put all that together, and I think that's definitely the best trailer for Black Widow. And obviously they needed a new trailer because they delayed the movie. So great way for them to execute this trailer. Now I am actually more excited to see this movie than I was before, and that's ultimately what the goal of these trailers are, right? It's ultimately marketing to get people to watch the shit, and I want to watch the shit, so I would say it's definitely successful. But yeah, that's my empty reaction to this new trailer for Marvel Studios' Black Widow. If you enjoyed this empty reaction, make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers so I can utilize the community tab and interact with you guys more. So please help me get to that goal. I would really appreciate it. And also hit the notification bell so you know when new videos come out. Like this video if you like this video. Comment your favorite part of this reaction and or of this trailer. And let me know if this trailer made you more excited for Black Widow than you were before. Like, are you less excited, the same amount of excited, or even more excited? Let me know in the comments. And share this reaction with a friend if you think they might enjoy it. But that's it for this video. Make sure you check out the Empty Reactions playlist right here for more empty reactions. And check out the Empty Opinions podcast playlist to check out the podcast I do with my friend and co-host Cameo, where it's just two fire signs having fire conversations. But that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll catch you guys in any other video you may decide to watch on this YouTube channel.